lights come up. A dancer appears suddenly bursting into jarring, violent, spastic, and trembling movements. The audience doesn't know whether to be appalled or intrigued. This dancer's name was Martha Graham. Due to a late start in her dancing career, Graham was older and happened to be shorter than most dancers. She embraced her differences and decided to explore different ways of moving. Her dancing was athletic and modern compared to the pristine, clean-cut, and conservative dancing of the time. Martha Graham explored new realms of movement and emotion in her choreography. Graham was a firm believer that there was more to dance than just technique and steps. She believed that dance was more about the expression of dancers' emotions. Graham once said, "Dancers are not great because of their technique. They are great because of their passion." One of Martha Graham's most famous pieces is called Lamentation. In this piece, Martha Graham sits on a bench engulfed in purple fabric. She makes contracted, suffocating movements to the music with the fabric as if she's drowning in her own skin.
One of the first times I did it was in Brooklyn. A lady came back to me afterwards and looked at me. She had a very white face, and she had obviously been crying. And she said, "You will never know what you have done for me tonight. Thank you," and left. I asked about her later. It seemed that she had seen her child, her 9-year-old son, killed in front of her by a truck. They had made every effort to make her cry, and she was not able to cry. But when she saw Lamentation, she said she felt that grief was honorable and that it was universal and that she need not be ashamed of crying for her son. And that has made me realize that there is always one person to whom you speak in the audience. One.
Martha Graham's integrity and passion is inspirational and has left a legacy for all of modern dance. She created her own technique, which was composed mainly by 3 different actions: the action of contraction and release, the pelvis, and the connection with one's emotional inner self. She opened the eyes of many dancers with new ideas and theories. She also created a company on the foundation of her choreography and technique that is successful to this day. Martha Graham began her company in 1926. She taught her dancers to initiate movement from the muscles, which in turn made her dancers look more athletic. She was considered one of the pioneers of modern dance because she went astray from ballet traditions to find a more expressive and dynamic way of moving. She inspired her students to become more inept to their own emotions and implement that into their movement. By the end of her career, Martha Graham had created approximately 181 pieces. She danced and choreographed for over 70 years. During that time, she was the first dancer ever to perform at the White House, the first dancer ever to travel abroad as a cultural ambassador, and the first dancer ever to receive the highest civilian award, the Medal of Freedom. In her lifetime, she received honors such as the Key to the City of Paris to Japan's Imperial Order of the Precious Crown. In exchange for her choreographing ability, creativity, and words of wisdom, her choreography and technique is still being studied and performed to this day.
When you teach a person, you are embarking on a very holy time. You're taking a life into your hands. That's a great responsibility.
The palm of the hand should be forward. And straight out to the audience. I give you myself. I give you what I have to give. That's what it really means. And back and front. And again, back. No, don't lift your face.
I won't.
Each one of us has all of life in us. And it is our choice to decide what we will reveal.
Martha Graham was recognized as one of the greatest artists of the 20th century because she was able to create an entirely new movement language based upon the expressive capacity of the human body.
How many drops of blood have gone into the making of you? How much memory is in that drop of blood?
Ready? Position. And